Hey, it's the Empire, Geoboxing Empire, Baxter Boxing. Now, man, wild news, man. Eddie Hearn's talking to Kell Brook, man, and Kell Brook and Eddie Hearn are talking about their comeback, fighting Terrance Crawford, and much, much more. They dive deep into Kell Brook's training, and they talk about Kell Brook getting back in shape, and Kell Brook is wearing a KRUNK gym shirt. Now, if you guys didn't know, man, Tyson Fury, he changed that KRUNK gym when he fought Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder, man, and that's in Detroit. Now, when Tyson Fury came in to fight a KRUNK gym, a KRUNK gym style is basically a comfort style with a crazy amount of defense, right? Think Lamont Peterson. He's probably the most well-known KRUNK gym fighter. He comes forward, phenomenal body work, and he fights you in the inside. Incredibly effective style, one of the most underrated styles in boxing. I think he's one of the best trainers in boxing. I think he is the best trainer in boxing if you're talking about that kind of style. You know, if you want to come forward and be aggressive while being defensive, the KRUNK style gym is that style. It's an incredibly elusive style to basically impose yourself on your opponent. Now, Terrance Crawford and Kell Brook are scheduled to be fighting, right? Bob Arum's already talked about it. They said they're most likely going to make the fight in the UK, and if Kell Brook already has a shirt KRUNK gym, you know, he already has connections basically to fight there if he wanted to. And that being said, that come forward style, that aggressive style with exceptional defense will be trouble for Terrance Crawford, just because Kell Brook is such a big fighter. You know, if Kell Brook just know how to use his weight, it'll be a huge problem for Terrance Crawford, right? You're talking about a fighter in Kell Brook who's fought at middleweight before. You know, understand this. Terrance Crawford is already a 3-division world champion. If he goes up 2 more divisions, that's 5-division world champion. That's insane. So that being said, Kell Brook, even in this interview, Eddie Hearn was talking about how big Kell Brook is, even to this day. Kell Brook is still a big dude. You know, he's still eating well. He's still a powerful guy. So this is actually the perfect style for Kell Brook to implement in his camp, because if he balloons back up in weight after the weigh-in, he can actually know how to throw his weight around, right? And this can be a Tyson Fury Deontay Wilder 2 fight all over again. You know, where this guy comes forward and goes for the knockout, and Terrance Crawford wouldn't see that coming. You know, all the wars Kell Brook has been through, you wouldn't expect Kell Brook to come forward like that and to implement this kind of style. But you know, this is the style that would be actually the best fitted for Kell Brook. You know, the best gym in the UK that actually produce results, it's not David Hayes' gym, it's not Haymaker's gym, right? It's not Ricky Hatton's gym, right? The best gym in the UK that's legendary is in Detroit. It's not even in the UK. It's the KRUNK gym, because that performance with Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder was the biggest win in UK history, in my opinion. Beating Deontay Wilder was one of the biggest wins of this era by far for the UK. You know, that being said, I think Kell Brook can easily replicate that if he trains at KRUNK gym. I think that's the best way for him to go. A lot of people keep talking about how these fighters can't be switching trainers all the time, and I always say, if this trainer can't do anything for you and you learned everything you can learn from that trainer, you need to move on to another one who can teach you another skill, right? Kell Brook needs to learn how to fight coming in the inside with defense. That's his problem. You know, in my opinion, if Kell Brook would have got that KRUNK gym style training against Errol Spence Jr., he would have won that fight against Errol Spence, right? If you actually watch the Errol Spence versus Lamont Peterson fight, there's times in that fight where Lamont Peterson were landing clean shots in the inside, and Lamont Peterson's a smart fighter. If he was big like Kell Brook, those punches would have most likely dropped Errol Spence Jr. You know, the fact of the matter is, Lamont Peterson and Kell Brook, there's a gap difference in size, and Kell Brook, he's more fitted for that kind of style. So this is a big news, man. I'm excited that, you know, Kell Brook is rocking that KRUNK shirt. He's obviously a big fan of it, and it's obvious if he wants to fight over there, he could. Let me know how you guys feel about that. I thought I'd talk about it. Like, comment, subscribe. This is the Empire, Geoboxing Empire. Peace. Geoboxing Empire.